going on, guys?
We're back in Montreal. We're here to play.
The smiles on your faces when you talk about Montreal, it's like, isn't it the best city?
Oh, it's just such a special place. It was so special that we decided to move here, and we lived here for 5 years, like the best 5 years of the band too.
Really? Yeah. No, I remember
life.
people would talk. I saw Moist last night, and sometimes it wasn't in the best state, but
well, yeah,
it was a certain time.
You toured with Courtney Love and Hole, right?
We did a lot of shows with Hole over the course of time, including a trip up to Tuktoyaktuk up in the Arctic Circle. It was a big Molson production that was happening, and I remember we got onto a 737. It was us and Veruca Salt and Hole on this plane, and they had to land it on a dirt road up there. It was all kind of surreal.
It was pretty impressive. It was pretty. Anyway, sitting on the Arctic Ocean after the gig. Talking to the folks from the Hole was a lot of fun. It was just a great experience.
And I think Courtney lived in a blanket. She came onto the plane wrapped in a blanket.
Oh, God.
And they took her off the plane wrapped in a blanket. And
I actually walked into the room, into the lounge, and Courtney, just before we flew, and Courtney was actually yelling at the rest of the room about something, and still not sure what that was. But I just sat there and went, I'm just going to shrink into the corner and try to pretend. I just don't want to be seen.
And you were mentioning that you guys were around for one of her birthdays, and you were nice enough to get her a birthday
we got her a
present.
lovely gift, and she actually quite liked her gift.
Let me guess, you got her a pair of gloves?
We got
no,
her
we did
sweater?
not get her. We did not get her a sweater.
You got her a root sweater?
No, we got her an attractive exotic dancer. No, I think that was in the prairies, so we were going across the country on one of those big Edge Fest tours, and it was that was a ton of fun. Those.
And you got her an exotic dancer.
Yeah,
you guys are classy. That's awesome.
I thought that was a nice
Nothing
gift.
says class like that. My mom was at one of the shows, and she was walking through catering, walking by Courtney Love's table, and she said, "Is that the loud one?" And my brother was walking by, going, "Shh, Mom, shh, no."
That's actually a pretty good way of describing Courtney.
Well, my mother is not a fan of Hole, but we are big fans of the band. They were
a good
fantastic to tour with, an excellent band.
Oh yeah,
and personality, and Melissa, fantastic personality.
And Courtney Love was the first singer of my favorite band, Faith No More. She was in Faith No More for a minute.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
She was in Faith No More for a minute, and then they got Chuck Mosley, and then they got Mike Patton. And
What would have happened if she had stayed in the band?
They would not be my favorite band. There's no way.
The whole universe would be different.
It's
now.
all about Mike Patton.
You never know.
Listen, Mike.
Well, you probably know.
We did a lot of shows with Green Day as well.
And something always happened at a Green Day show. The most extreme one was in Cleveland, where for some reason, I don't know why this happened, but the crowd rioted.
Okay.
Either before,
really rioted,
rioted, like helicopters.
They weren't just
in the
excited
sky,
and stuff.
Like really rioted.
Like
wow.
Helicopters and tear gas and the whole.
And I remember seeing Tom Wilson down there, and he apparently was there for that part of it. We were gone,
okay,
because we knew things always happened at the Green Day show.
Right.
We booked immediately after we played. And the crew would literally line up all the cases, get them in. Okay, let's go right now, because this had happened a number of times. So, and once the only time we didn't have a riot situation, Green Day actually set their drums on fire before we took the stage after them. And that's a tough thing to follow.
They set their drums on fire, and then you guys had to set up.
We were doing multiple gigs with Green Day, and they set their drums on fire every night.
Those are great package tours we did back then, with all these different bands just hanging out, going across the country.
Now, did you, I guess you got pretty friendly with the guys in Green Day?
Yeah, we got to know pretty much everybody that we toured with over the course of time.
You guys are back together. It's been over a decade, and you guys were back on stage together for the first time a couple of nights ago. How was that?
It was a little surreal at first, but since we've done 3 shows now, it really doesn't feel like much time has passed.
It's funny because you guys were road warriors in the 90s.
We did. We were just.
You guys were always out there, and just to hear you guys, we've done 3 shows. It's funny because you guys were like.
Constantly touring, like across Canada, the U.S., Asia, all over the place, and. Coming back, it was to play the shows. It's just been like fantastic. It's exactly what I was hoping it was going to be, and the band is actually arguably sounding as like better than it's ever sounded. Like it's just really.
Let's face it, your singer's kept his chops up, you know.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, we've kept a relationship going between us since Moist took our break.
Right.
So I mean, we're close friends too. So to be able to do this, it's like doing it with family.
So, guys, thanks so much for coming in, man. I know you guys are busy, but Montreal loves you, and I'm so happy that Moist are back. And so we're hearing that there might be some new music coming up. Right?
We are currently working on some new material.
So you guys are really doing this. This isn't a one-off thing.
No, we're not doing. We're here for real, and we're going to be going into the studio in the coming weeks and months, and hopefully have a record for you sometime.
Well, we're really looking forward to it, man. And thanks so much for coming in, guys. Open door policy. You're always welcome on the show, and I'm glad you guys are back, man. You guys were one of the best bands out of that period, and it's great to see you back.
Kind
Thank
words,
you very
brother.
much
Thanks
for having us.
Take it easy.